This is the Synido Live Dock Live 10. It's a portable and compact audio interface aimed more towards the live stream market, although there are plenty of useful features for musicians looking at recording good quality audio on the go. So let's check it out. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Now, later in the video, I'm going to show you a few different ways you can use this device. And if you are a fellow RC600 user, stay tuned to see a relatively simple way to send audio from your loops over to a device such as a smartphone. More on this later. Now, Synido have sent me this to check out. However, this is not a sponsored or paid video, so all opinions are my own. But if you do think it's suitable for you, there is a link down below so you can take a look. At the time of making this video, it retails at just under $46 and cheaper with a coupon, and it's $36.99 for those of us in the UK. Now, I've had the device for a few days now. I've managed to test out some of its features, which we'll talk about later on, but I did take some footage of me unboxing the device so we can see what's inside. Now, we've got a user's manual. You may or may not need to use that, but it's there in case you need to. We've got a 3.5mm to 6.35mm or quarter-inch connection, which is handy in case you are using an instrument such as a guitar and you want to plug that straight into the live dock. We've got a 3.5mm audio cable, which is actually TRRS, and think of this as the same as a TRS cable, but the extra ring can actually transmit a microphone signal, perhaps from a headset in case you're using one of those. So who is it for? Well, as mentioned, this is a device marketed more towards live streaming, although it's a compact, portable device with the ability to record instruments, listen to music, broadcast phone calls, and anyone looking for a small, affordable, on-the-go device capable of plenty of useful features. All right, so let's talk about some of those useful features. So the Live Dock has a USB Type-C connector, ideal for use with a mobile phone or a computer. It has an in-ear monitoring button, so basically you can turn on or off the direct signal coming into the Live Dock with zero latency. It has a monitoring volume control, so you can increase or decrease the volume of your direct signal. It's got a 3.5mm headphone/headset input. It has a loopback button, which is a great feature to monitor the internal playback whilst recording, such as listening to a click, backing tracks, etc. Now, when loopback is turned on, this will enable you to record the audio coming in, and you can also turn loopback off so that the audio can be heard in your headphones perhaps and not actually recorded. We have an input volume control to adjust the level of the signal coming into the Live Dock. We've got a 3.5mm instrument input. Basically, this is your input if you intend to use an instrument such as a guitar or a keyboard, or perhaps you just want to come in from your mixer or loop station, like we'll talk about a little bit later on. It also has a power connector, which is USB-C. Now, this can be used to charge your device whilst you're broadcasting, which is a great feature to have as well. And then we've got a Bluetooth button, which we can turn on or off. It's the logo in the center of the device, and it's handy to send audio over to the Live Dock wirelessly. All right, other useful features include high quality and low latency 24-bit 48K audio quality, which may or may not mean anything to you, but for a device like this, it's pretty decent. It's got two independent volume controls on each side, one for the input and one for real-time monitoring, as we've talked about. It's lightweight, it's compact, and it's a simple design, and it can be used for live streamers, musicians looking to enhance their recordings with a simple setup, or even just give you the option to listen to music in case you don't have a 3.5mm output. Sometimes it is difficult to do any of those things when your USB-C input is in use to charge your device, but fortunately, you can actually charge your device at the same time when you're using the Live Dock. Okay, so we've got the device plugged into my MacBook Air, and first I just wanted to run through the little LED ring around the center logo. So when it's white, it means it's plugged in, it's ready to go. And then we've got those two volume rockers on the left and right hand side. When you push these down, the light will turn green to represent that you've pressed that particular button. And then eventually when you max out the volume, let's say, it will go red to indicate that it's been maxed out. And then the same, if I turn that volume down, it will go red eventually. It's the same on this side as well. If I press the button down once, it turns blue, and it's flashing blue to represent that Bluetooth is turned on and ready to go. And I'm just going to quickly connect a device to it now. And when it turns a solid blue, it means that there is a device connected. To quickly disconnect the device, all I need to do is hold that button down, and then it turns white again, which means that Bluetooth is now turned off. Right, so we're going to check out some of these features. Just to run through exactly how I'm going to do things, it might look a little bit overwhelming at first because I've got that pedal board going on there. Don't worry too much about that. Just think of me running a microphone into the mixer, which is what you can see there on channel 2. And then I'm going to run out of the headphones out. We're going to run that into the Live Dock. All the audio that you're going to hear is going to be captured on the Voice Memos app on my MacBook Air. And I'm also going to play back some royalty-free music via Bluetooth from my iPad. So a few things to demonstrate for you. Let's get to it. So first of all, I do have a microphone plugged in. It's just this relatively cheap EM89D, and it's not a bad little microphone for the price. I actually got this free with that little mixer there. So I'm just going to use that for us today. So we've got the microphone plugged into channel 2. You'll hear that audio coming through in a moment. And then I'm just running out of the phones from the mixer via this cable that was supplied with the Live Dock. And then we're just going to run that into here. Okay, so that's plugged in. I also have some headphones that I'm going to plug into this side so that I can listen back to the audio coming in. Okay, so quick recap. We've got the Synido plugged into the MacBook Air. We're coming out of this Mackie mixer from the headphones out, going straight into the input of the Live Dock. And we're also going to listen back to some royalty-free music via the iPad. So let's check the microphone out first of all. Okay, so we are recording via the Voice Memos app on the MacBook Air. We're going to send some audio via Bluetooth from the iPad over here in just a second. You can hear my microphone, which is right in front of me here, and that's the nice healthy signal that you can see coming on the screen. First of all, then let me connect via Bluetooth. I'm just going to press this button down so I can press play on this track here, and you can hear that audio coming through. Obviously, I can turn that audio up and down using the volume on the actual device itself, so I can turn that down so you can hear my voice a little bit clearer. You can still see the signal coming through on this side, and then we can turn that background music a bit louder if we want. Okay, so that's how we're going to get some audio played via Bluetooth with me being able to talk over the top using a microphone. At the moment, I've got direct monitoring turned on so I can hear myself. If I turn off direct monitoring on the Synido Live Dock, I can no longer hear myself, but obviously signal is still coming through and you guys can still hear me. I'm going to pop that back on so that I can hear myself talking again. So that's the first thing we've done, is we've connected a mic into the mixer. That mic is going into the Live Dock, and then we've also got some Bluetooth audio being sent over from the iPad. We're recording again. We've got a nice healthy signal coming in. The microphone is right in front of my face again. So we're not going to use the iPad this time. What I've done is I've set the same track up on the MacBook Air over here. What we're going to do is we're going to listen and we're going to test out that Loopback feature. So I'm going to press play. You should be able to hear that audio coming through. So you can hear me talking over the top of the audio again, but this time it's coming directly from the computer. We've got the loopback button up here on the left-hand side. I'm going to press that button, and what's going to happen is the audio that you guys can hear at the moment, you won't be able to hear anymore. I'm going to turn the audio so it's just coming through my headphones. So now I can still hear that coming through, and you guys can't hear it at all. You should just be able to hear my voice. So again, great feature to have. Let's say I've got clicks that I need to listen back to whilst I'm singing, or there's a backing track particularly I want to be listening to that I don't want my audience to be listening to, or anything else that I want to monitor audio-wise, I can hear, but you guys can't hear. And then, of course, then I can press loop back again, and then the audio will be coming through to you guys, and as well as to me. So let's turn that back on, so you should be able to hear that music coming through at your end again. So that's the Loopback feature, the Loopback button on the Live Dock. Okay, so I said I would test out how you could use this from the RC600. So I'm still talking into this mic. It's right in front of my nose right there. And this time you've got some reverb on here because the mic is going into the Mod 3 on the side of this pedal board. And then don't worry too much about that, but it's being routed straight into the RC600, which is then going to the mixer. And we are obviously coming out of the headphones from the mixer into the Live Dock. So all of the audio that you can hear is basically what the RC600 is making. So I can put my harmonies on there. You can hear those. All right, so I've got a guitar part on track 2 here. We can press play on that. We've got a shaker over on this side. And we've got a cajon over here. And if I press this button here, you should see should hear a lower harmony coming through. Ooh, oh, come on, baby. We're checking out the sound now from the RC600.
Stick the higher harmony on my voice. Checking out the sound now from the RC600 into the live dock over there. Checking out the harmony. Come on, baby, sing it with me. What do you think? Are you gonna get one of yourself? Come on, darling, sing with me. What the hell is going on here? What am I singing? I don't know. I've lost control of myself, but I'm just gonna stop it there. Anyway, you can hear what's going on.
All right, so what are my takeaways? It's super small, it's compact, it's ideal for anyone looking for a small on-the-go, easy-to-set-up device for live streaming or audio recording. It's got the loopback function for clear internal playback whilst you're recording, great feature to have. It's high-quality audio with low latency. The ability to charge your device whilst using the Live Dock, absolutely brilliant. I think that's a great feature to have. It's got Bluetooth, so it gives you the option to play back audio wirelessly. And I think it is good value for the price. It's under $50, it's under £40. And I think for what it does at that price point, you can't really complain too much. Anyway, let me know down below what you think, whether or not you intend to get one of these. Maybe you found something that's even better. Let me know down below. If you have found the video useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. And as always, everybody, I'll see you in the next one.
I don't know. I've lost control of myself, but I'm just gonna stop it there. Anyway, you can hear what's going on. You can hear what's going on. Anyway.